Hey, folks, my guest today is Tyler Austin. He's a husband, father, former Air Force serviceman, and a seven-figure real estate investor. And also today, the founder of REI Sift, a bootstrap SaaS company and prop tech, helping real estate investors scale their sales and marketing. He also holds bachelor's degrees from Florida Tech in computer information systems. All right, Tyler, you ready to take us to the top?
Let's do it.
All right. So, what got you in? I imagine it was your own real estate investing, but what got you into real estate in the first place?
I got tired of traveling 50% of the year for the government, basically. So I started dabbling in real estate and, wrote my own scripts because I was a cyber guy by trade to solve my own problem. And that kind of ended up slowly developing into, hey, other people want to use that, basically.
Mhm. And so,
Yeah.
tell me about those people. Who are your customers today?
So our customers today is more than what we originally thought out to be. It was originally, real estate investors, wholesalers in real estate, people who are doing a lot of outbound marketing direct to homeowner. So that's a lot of, and I would say probably 80% of our customers are still those types of people. But now we also have a lot of real estate agents starting to use this as well. And even companies like roofing companies, anybody who wants to learn more about and do more efficiently, direct to homeowner marketing.
Okay. And so I imagine, tell me about churn there, right? A lot of people try this stuff and they churn quickly because they don't have it in
Yeah.
them. They don't have the hustle.
Yeah, that's dude. Initially, it was pretty tough, but we're actually at like a 5% churn right now, which with micro SMB customers, which is a lot of what we have. A lot of people getting into wholesaling are like, yeah, I want to get into real estate. Let me go ahead and throw like $200 at it. And it was a big problem initially, and we've really went from about 10-11% churn down into that 5 range, and sometimes we
That's
get up to that
monthly.
6%. That's monthly, yeah.
Yep.
But from it makes me feel good because I think a lot of people in our space, some of our competing products and others that are similar in our space, they're floating around 9 or if not 17, 18%. So I feel good about it.
And so what do you charge? I mean, what are these customers paying on average per month to use your technology?
So we have a base plan of $49 a month that has a lot of restrictions in it, and then we have a $99 a month, and then a $299 a month,
And
and
so
then I can also pay annually.
when you average that all out, what do you say like the sweet spot is?
Our sweet spot, our average from where our customers are sitting, a lot of them are in that professional plan. We did some adjustments to get a lot more people in that mid-tier plan at $99. But I would say a good split and spread is 25% in essentials, 45 to 50% in that professional plan, and another 25 to 35% in that business plan.
So make those numbers easy for me then. So the average customer is paying what, $100 a month?
Oh yeah. ARPU is about 100 bucks a month. Yeah.
100. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Take me back to customer number one. When did you guys launch and how did you get the first customer?
So I officially called it REI Sift in like February of 2019, I believe. We pre-launched and I did a YouTube video and ended up getting like 50 customers that paid us before there was any product, and so that got us to about 2,500 or so MRR. And we officially launched in September of 2019.
Sorry,
Um,
2,500 or 25,000 in MRR?
2,500 in MRR.
Okay.
That yeah. And so then so that got us there, and then in really our big growth catalyst was in around June of 2020. We launched a challenge funnel essentially, and that was where we started really gaining a lot of traction to kind of teach people how to really do real estate marketing.
Teach us how that works. It's very popular on the inner circles, but the common sort of SaaS founder does not know what a challenge funnel is yet.
Yeah. So what we did is I realized that a lot of our churn was because of micro SMB, entrepreneurs not being good entrepreneurs. So we had to fix the mindset of the customer coming into the gate about business, not really about our product. So we created a challenge to solve that problem called the auto lead gen challenge, where we marketed it as, hey, you have a problem getting leads, come in. And we're going to teach you how to get those leads. But the first, week and a half of that challenge is actually how to actually set up your business. What kind of revenue do you want to make? How do you even calculate that kind of information? So that gets them adopted and confidence into what they're doing. And then we say, okay, cool. Now that you have the foundations to know where you want to go and what to do to get there, let's teach you how to actually implement it. And we teach them how to implement, generating leads through using our product, which adopts them into the product itself and understanding it and how to use it. And then at the end of that product, we have essentially an upsell, or that challenge is an upsell to put them into our
Sorry, what's the
highest plan.
challenge though, Tyler? Is it how many leads you can get over a 30-day period?
No, our challenge structure is 2 weeks of education on how to market and how to properly bring in big data and get it managed and then get marketing to it. And then the second half of it, the second 2 weeks is actually marketing to see how many total that you can get. So we kind of split it in half. We market it as a 14-day challenge, but once they get into it, we're like, psych, it's actually a 30-day challenge, 14 days of education and 14 days of actual like doing the work.
So how many leads did the winner get of that challenge?
We do it every single month. So we've had people that have come out of it making 100,000, some even more than that, closing multiple deals through the challenges. And I mean, we've had like, I don't know, somewhere around like 3,000 or so people gone through that challenge since last year. A ton. And every month we have, it's a rolling challenge now. So we basically automated it. But here in January, we do like a reset for the year where we're going to do the challenges live again to bring in a bunch of new revenue from the customers we already have, plus bring in some new update the content. Because as your product updates, right, and we have a lot of new features we've done since last year, so we need to update the challenge to get more of that feature adoption in.
So you guys there you have it. The question for you is, what challenge can you launch in January that gets your customers excited, but also by nature, almost by default, gets them using your product more to decrease churn? So 3,000 folks in there. Now that winner, Tyler, that might take home $100,000 in terms of just revenue from a challenge. How many leads is that usually from?
Because of the way that we teach how to market in real estate, it's a lot different than the traditional norm. A lot of times they have to get, 75 or so leads to get like one deal. And a lot of times it might only be, $7,000 to $10,000 on a deal. The way that we educate, we teach people how to find like the 1% of the 4% of people who might want to sell to you right now. So they really narrow down their marketing and they might, only generate 10 leads, but they get a deal from it. So that's a big part of what we teach is
So what would that winner do? How many leads did that winner do? The 100,000?
It just really depends. If someone locked up a real estate contract and they got $100,000 from it, it could have been their first lead. It could have been their 10th or 5th. I'm not quite sure what in the scenario of that person, but I mean, people close deals during the challenge all the time. So
I see.
Yeah, it's hard to depict. Yeah.
Okay. So challenge is working nicely. How many customers are you serving now today?
Right now I actually had it opened up. Here we have active customers about 1,300.
Okay, 1,300. So that would put you at what, about $130,000 in revenue right now?
About 140. Yeah,
140. Okay, very cool. And where were you exactly a year ago?
Exactly a year ago. Let me go back. I'll tell you exactly. It was probably like maybe 40 or so, maybe.
Okay, 40,000. And then go back to 2019, where you had like 4 or 5 grand a month in revenue back then.
So what are we in? We're in November right now. So July, September, October, November of 2020, we were at 38. And in
November 2019.
November of 2019, we were at 3,754.
Very cool. All right. So with this skill, have you bootstrapped or did you raise capital?
Fully bootstrapped.
Dude, congrats. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah. I at the end of 2019, I had $30,000 left over from some real estate deals that I had done. And I basically, instead of paying off some debt, I threw it to an account to start REI Sift. And
That's amazing. So do you own 100% of the business?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Wow. Who built like the tech? Do you have a like engineering co-founder or do you code?
I coded originally, but I know how to break things. I don't know how to build things very well. I ended up into it originally, like using some people off of Upwork, and that didn't go very well. And now I have a team. Half of us are in Brazil, and half of us are here in the U.S. in my office.
How did you find the folks in Brazil?
Upwork and just slowly, talking to the right people, essentially word of mouth. Got to me to the right backend developer, and after I got that backend developer, he happened to work at a specific company that happened to know other people, and we slowly kind of, built our team.
That's how it works. That's always how it works. How many folks are on the team today?
This year we'll have 10 full time, 5 of which are US W-2s, and the rest are contractors.
Very interesting. Okay, and so if you look at total headcount expense in November, it's December 8th today we're recording this. What'd you spend on just people at last month?
So salaries, we spent about 40,000 on the dev team, product and dev team, and then another 12,000 no, but close to 16,000 in W2. Our total company expenses monthly is about 60,000.
Okay, so you did 140K last month, right? So we're at personally, I mean, this is
Well,
where you want to. Okay.
so we actually year to date this year, revenue wise, we're at about 2.3. So we actually have a credit system and a bunch of other ways internally that we build revenue. So MRR wise, 140, but there was about another 60 to 80,000 or so. It was like 220,000 last month we did total. Yeah.
Oh, from selling what, like one-time stuff, courses, trainings?
Like credit system we have in there for skip
Sorry,
tracing and
what is
direct
that?
mail
Sorry.
and stuff like that. So like people will upload like $1,000 and then they'll use that $1,000 to get phone numbers of homeowners or send direct mail to homeowners. So we have a whole like a marketplace internal to the product.
That's so we'd maybe call that like pay-as-you-go revenue. They're buying credits and using
Yeah.
them up
Yep.
to verify a mailing address they want to send a letter to.
Yeah. More or less. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Okay, so same question, right? So you did 220,000 last month. Your total expenses are 60K, right? So what are you doing with the 160,000 bucks personally as a bootstrap founder? This is where you want to be a lot of profits. What do you do?
I put about 40% of it in my tax account, and then I distribute the rest.
Tell me about
So
that. A lot of bootstrap founders want to incent their team, but they don't know how to set up a distribution plan.
yeah, so there's a few things. So this year, I've kind of looked at my teams and across the board, and I've decided to do raises on all everybody in the company in general, 5% minimum raises. And then outside of that, I distribute most of it to me personally because of my objective and where I want to go with the company and me and my own investments in the real estate side. Basically, the way that I look at it is I want to incentivize the team. I want to make sure that they're feeling committed and that they want it. But what I've also started to do is gave everybody a tech budget now too as well, because we didn't have that originally. So everybody has a $5,000 tech budget that they can use for their home offices and everything else. And then in addition to that, we're trying to create other bonus programs like holding back 2% of our revenue monthly as well for at the end of the year doing something bigger for the whole team and stuff like that. So we're trying to really build that out. We just hired a head of people ops to really focus on a lot of that core culture because we have a really good product culture, but we were kind of like lacking on internal company culture. So we're really trying to focus on that right
So if
now.
you hold back 2% per month, I mean, that's like 5K a month or about 60,000 bucks per year, right? What do you think you might do with that next December? Like, how would you split that among your team members? Do people in Brazil get some of that or just the five W-2s?
Yeah, no, people in Brazil will as well. So part of it is our in person. So we're working to really try. It's been kind of hard with the whole, global, situation we've had going on the last 2 years. But they were just here in the U.S. We brought our developers in the U.S. We do a mastermind twice a year. A lot of our users come in, they pay money, they come to our office, and we mastermind. And the people in Brazil came in, three of them did, and so some of that money goes through that. Bringing them in to be here in person for some of those Q4 meetings. Other than that, our plan right now, as of right now, depending on how things go next year, is to distribute some of that as bonus revenue. But more than anything, it's going to be focused towards culture. And I don't know what that answer is yet, but I'm hoping it's some sort of like
Like a
vacation
retreat.
as a
Yeah.
team, as in a retreat, right?
Yeah.
Because I plan on using separate revenue for bonus revenue. I want to dedicate that to retreat.
So taking a step back again, because I love bootstrap founders, like if we were to sort of categorize or describe the business of Tyler, it's sort of software revenue, very high margin, dividends out to you personally, which you then reinvest in real estate as maybe a hedge against like the software business. And those are really to your personal net worth is really split mainly amongst those two things.
Yeah, my personal net worth is split, on building that, personal expenses and passive income from real estate, above that, so that all those distributions that I get, from my real estate company and my software company, because I still do a lot, flips, and I still do real estate myself, not just buy deals. But mostly now, it's taking all that revenue, getting that passive income, and then taking that distributions to be able to have to dissipate out there. I put a lot of money in whole life policies now, index funds, regular stock market, 5% into crypto, and then and so I have a whole diversification that I like to try to do. But most of it's about 40% of my revenue goes into real estate.
Very cool. I mean, this is a life, man. I don't, people hit founders like you all the time. They go, well, Tyler's not VC backed. Like he's not on TechCrunch. And I go, you know what? Look how happy Tyler looks. You want to be like
Yeah.
Tyler. Tyler's. It's way easier and less risky to build a $5 million SaaS company than it is to go try and raise 500 million and build $1 billion business that you own like 1% of at the time you try an IPO. So kudos to you and what you've done. How have you resisted? I'm sure you get outbound all the time or inbound all the time.
I have been so not many people know about REI SIF, even in the real estate space. I mean, we're slowly, people are hearing about it. Are you talking about with offers, like getting offers?
Yeah, there's VCs wanting to invest. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've had people looking to invest. I am looking now to put on probably an advisor. And so and my core dev team, the guys in Brazil, I am looking at right now doing and giving them some equity to maintain them long term. And we want to build other projects together. So, but as far as like receiving revenue, it's not something I technically need. I'm sure there's things, mainly because I probably don't know what to do with it, to be honest with you. If I were to receive 500,000 right now, I really wouldn't know how to like impact that in my business. So, we are looking to hire a marketing person right now because we've done zero marketing to date. So it's like
how have people found you then?
Facebook, word of mouth.
Where in Facebook? Or you have a big group or something?
We have a personal group, but no, it's, we have, some people that used our product that ended up having groups. And so they,
but how do you get the original folks? How do you get the original folks?
I just need to know them from like mastermind groups and stuff like that. So like once I go to one mastermind, I talk about it and then they talk to somebody else and they kind of just slowly spread and they're like, oh, there's this challenge. And then from those, they talk about it. And then to be honest,
what's the top mastermind that you're in?
On the real estate side or the software side?
Actually give one on each.
Software side, SaaS Academy. And on the real estate side, I actually am not part of a real estate mastermind. I have my own now, and that's it.
Okay, very cool. Hey, we're out of time, Tyler. This is great. Let's wrap up with the famous five. Number one, favorite business book.
Ooh, shoot.
If you don't have one, that's okay.
I probably do, but I just lost it. My favorite book right now that I'm reading is Breathe, The Lost Science of Ancient Art.
That's a good one. Number two, is there a founder you're following or studying?
Trevor Mock at Carrot.
Yep, he's a good. He's not an investor, is he? You're bootstrapped, right?
I am bootstrapped. He's not an investor.
He would kill to write you a check. You know that. Number three, what's your favorite online tool for building REI?
The tool we use the most is Slack, so I'm just going to say Slack.
Number four, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
Right now, between 9 and 10.
Okay. And situation, married, single, kids?
I am married with a 6-year-old and a 4-month-old boy.
Wow, busy guy. How old are you?
I'm 29.
29. Last question. Something you wish you knew when you were 20.
There's more outside the military.
Guys, there you have it. REI Sift. He, built it really to solve his own scratch his own itch, eat his own dog food. Launched about 2 years ago. Went from $38,000 a month in revenue a year ago to $220,000 a month today. Profits $160,000 per month, which he plows back into real estate, serving 1,300 customers that want to launch their own real estate businesses. He's teaching them with challenges. He's onboarding them for free, no CAC right now. Mainly free stuff via Facebook groups. Team of 10, 5 in Brazil, 5 here in the States as he looks to continue to scale. Tyler, thanks for taking us to the top.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers. They try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com YouTube.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.